Everybody, welcome back to Forever United TV. I'm Adam. This is your Saturday afternoon update. It is the 6th of December, and we're bringing you all of the Manchester United news ahead of a big game on Monday night for Manchester United. The other games are going on right now. We're talking Joshua Zirkzee, rejected bid already from Manchester United. Have they made their intention clear to want away players from the club? The unrest within the dressing room with certain players wanting away. Massive update on Kobbie Mainoo coming up as well in this show. And Manchester United's potential January replacement for him. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about where Manchester United are in the league as the afternoon fixtures go on. Of course, as well, we're going to be covering every single bit of news that we have leading up to that Wolves game, all of the ins and outs. The under-18s were in action again today. Some of them talked about in potential transfer dealings, but in blocking transfers actually happening as well. So we're going to get you up to date with that. Also, get in the live comment section if you are live with us. If you're catching up later on, please do get into the comments as well, everybody. This is everything you need to know right now with Manchester United. Your news, thick and fast. We'll start with Joshua Zirkzee. I'm going to get straight into this one. I'm going to start talking because it's been reported from Italy, and this is the stance as it is right now. Your full update on the Joshua Zirkzee potential exit from Manchester United. It is this: Roma's pursuit of Joshua Zirkzee has hit an early roadblock, with Manchester United already having rejected Roma's initial transfer proposal. Manchester United have already turned down Roma's first offer, which was structured as a loan with an option to buy. Crucially, the activation of this purchase option was reportedly conditional on Roma successfully qualifying to the Champions League, as they find themselves in the top four right now. So, top four in Italy means Champions League. So, if Zirkzee went to Roma and they stayed in that top four, Zirkzee's loan is pretty much confirmed as a permanent deal. Now, you would say, why is Manchester United, or why are Manchester United not even considering this? Now, he is a top target for Roma, and Zirkzee is definitely wanted by the Italian outfit. Could Manchester United cling on until, like we discussed this morning, the latter stages of the January transfer window? If they do, then this might open up for Joshua Zirkzee for a potential move away, because then you'll have Brian Mbeumo, Ahmad coming back from AFCON, and all of a sudden Manchester United's forward options are looking good again, with not many games to play. Obviously, like we all know, we're out of European football and going into the latter stages of the season. Ruben might think that we've got enough. Will Ruben be there? I'm not actually trying to push him out or anything like that. He's got a lot to prove, obviously, but still, we're talking about this because Manchester United have stated, or it's been reported that Manchester United have told people in and around the club, representatives and correspondents for the club, that we're not going to do any business until the last 2 weeks of the window, that being because of AFCON. Now, if certain players leave or get knocked out of AFCON earlier, maybe Manchester United could fast forward these deals and potentially let players go. Joshua Zirkzee, I feel, is going to be surplus requirements when Sesko comes back and Mbeumo is fit. You've got, obviously, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes can play there as well, and Cunha and Mbeumo, for God's sake. So we know the situation that we're in with Joshua Zirkzee. The interesting thing here is like Roma are in quite a decent position right now. So if United actually wanted to sell Zirkzee, well, his stock is still high. And let's not forget about this, because this is the problem that you've got. Joshua Zirkzee right now is playing football, and his value is quite high. He's going to play a few more games because in 2 weeks, or in just under 2 weeks actually, Mbeumo and Ahmad are flying off to AFCON. And that's the end of them for the next 4 weeks, which will take us into the January transfer window in the new year. So Joshua Zirkzee leading up to then, he's worth something because he's playing games. If we get any sort of performance out of Joshua Zirkzee in that time, like we did against Crystal Palace, for instance, or any goals or major involvements, then he is going to be an easier sell. And Manchester United turning down this bid, I think it's because they feel like they could get more of a permanent guarantee out of it. I'm guessing, of course, because I don't know. All we know is that Man United have apparently rejected that initial loan with option turned into an obligation if Roma qualify for the Champions League. Right now, that is likely. The problem I'm looking at here is Joshua Zirkzee, if United don't allow him to leave in January, they still want to sell him in the summer. So if Joshua Zirkzee is to be sold in the summer, he won't be worth that much if he's not playing games. And Mbeumo, Ahmad and Sesko coming back, I mean, Joshua Zirkzee sits his ass straight back down on the bench again. And then you're looking at a player that isn't worth that much. And obviously, you're looking at struggling to sell him in the summer while trying to bring other players in. So, again, I understand the AFCON side of it. I understand Joshua Zirkzee's side of it. And I understand the club's side of it, really, in the long term. Like, they would want as more permanent offer on the table as possible. Let's just say that. And that's where the Joshua Zirkzee situation is at the moment. I feel like this is a deal that probably will get done in some way. Just looking at what's happening right now, he's not going to be main feature for Manchester United. He's not going to be a player that we are always dependent on. He's had some moments so far, well, one in particular, and a good game in the second half against Palace. But again, we've seen what his capabilities are when he came up against West Ham the other night at Old Trafford. It's not that good. So all I'm saying here is, are we going to be able to sell him in the summer if we say no now? Is that going to be a deal that can be done? Because United, I don't think, are going to play him that much. Get into the comments section and let me know what you're thinking, everybody, on this one, because this is interesting, I feel, Joshua Zirkzee. It is. Adam, problem is so many players are going to go, and I can't bring enough. Ruben, that can't bring enough. I get you. Ruben not going to change the play. Youth Academy. So I'm not going to give him time if he doesn't want to change. Joseph says Anderson would be better, I think. Need a holding midfielder as well, but need sales to offset the incomings. The sales are the problem right now. It's sales. Can we get rid of Joshua Zirkzee? Actually, Adam, it is another rubbish move by the club. If he is not rated, move him on. Get him gone now. If he's not rated, I mean, are we clinging on to players out of just pure desperation because we are losing players to AFCON? I think we should just make this move happen, personally. Just make it happen, do the deal, and get Joshua Zirkzee out of the football club, because you are going to sell him in the summer anyway. We're only delaying the inevitable, I think, with Zirkzee. So let's get him gone, and then let's concentrate on moving somebody else in, probably in midfield, hopefully, when the January transfer window is open, or while it's open anyway. He's the only other centre-forward we have. No kids ready. Josh has to stay. Cunha can play centre-forward on that one mashup, and probably it would be the best option for us, or the only option if Ruben Amorim really wanted to go that way. And Mbeumo could if he wanted. Bruno can play false 9. Joshua Zirkzee is playing as a 10 anyway. Even when he's playing at 9, he still drops deeper than the bleeding 10s. He can't help himself. So, really, is he even a number 9? He's not, is he? And that's what we're looking at. Let's see. A few more comments in before we move on quickly on this one, everyone. We are going to be doing a rival watch as well, everyone, straight after this. We're going to carry it on. We're going to carry the live stream along. We're going to watch Leeds versus Liverpool. That is a proper rival watch for Man United fans, isn't it? It really is. So, yeah, we're going to be watching that game. More news and every other update coming in now, though. Actually, one more comment in from Mr. Dacia Sandero there, who says, we can't afford to let both Zirkzee and Mainoo leave United in January, but I can see them both going. I can only assume Mainoo is not putting in the effort in training to warrant a place in the side. If we go into Kobbie Mainoo in a situation, because he's in the news also, and there's quite a big update on him as well, with Kobbie Mainoo now, Napoli are making moves behind the scene. We've talked about this before, and we know Napoli want Kobbie Mainoo. He fits their profile perfectly. They can't afford to buy anyone in January, such as their financial situation. So the loan move is the only move. Now, obviously, we know and we've heard before that Kobbie Mainoo would be more than open to a loan move, straightforward loan as well. But the latest reports coming out, and there is varying reports now, because you've got the obvious ones, which are saying that Kobbie Mainoo wants to come back to Manchester United. But then there are other reports saying that he would be open to a permanent move as well. Kobbie Mainoo on a permanent move from Manchester United. I cannot see this happening in January. But I could see a loan with option/obligation or something like that put in. And that would be, again, Kobbie Mainoo committing his future away from Manchester United. That would cause a little bit of uproar, I reckon, amongst some of the Manchester United fans. But if we're not going to just dilly-dally and pretend like we know what we're doing and look afraid to make certain cutthroat decisions, then someone's got to get in there and start making some big calls here. Is Kobbie going to play in the future at this football club? If Ruben Amorim isn't here, then he's going to play. But he's obviously now seen the situation where he is, and he's totally unhappy. It looks like the relationship is totally dead with him. And whether it's Ruben Amorim or not, there's no certainty, there's no guarantee for Kobbie right now. So the talk of him actually potentially wanting away from Manchester United in a permanent style move, that's going to be an interesting one. I didn't think that that was going to happen. I didn't think that that was going to be anything that came about. From Kobbie's stance, I looked at it and thought, you know what, he's going to get a loan move. But maybe there has been talks behind the scene. Maybe there has been something going on, and the conversation is that Kobbie Mainoo isn't going to get this contract. So maybe Manchester United now might be open to Kobbie Mainoo leaving on a permanent. Well, he's actually got some value in him as well. Because the longer and longer Kobbie Mainoo doesn't play, just like the Joshua Zirkzee situation, the longer he doesn't play, the less value he is. And while his contract's running down, Manchester United are not going to make anything off him. So we've already said that Kobbie Mainoo is not going to feature for Manchester United going forward. It's been made very clear. Then what's the point in him? You need to sell him then and make your money now while you can. So if that is a loan with a obligation, then you're going to have to just do it. Of course, this completely changes if Ruben Amorim is no longer the Manchester United manager. And if you're going to keep on getting, which I'm sure we will do, at some point we'll get some interview or some comment from someone within the Manchester United management group that comes out and says that they are fully backing Ruben Amorim. In fact, Fabrizio Romano came out yesterday and said that Manchester United at this stage are still backing Ruben Amorim and are fully behind him. Well, if that is the case, sell Kobbie Mainoo. There's no point in him being there. And maybe these conversations are going on, and this is why maybe we're getting reports that there are varying reports of Kobbie Mainoo and his exit. Some saying that he wants the loan and wants to come back. Some saying that he's open to that permanent move. Maybe Manchester United have seen what has to happen now in terms of selling Kobbie now, because he's not going to have anything in the future. So that value in the future, that really is where we're at with it, I feel, as well. I'm going to move on to this as well in a minute, do a little bit more detail on this because of Manchester United's links to a possible January replacement as well. First of all, quickly, super chat in from Thomas McArdle. Den Hag could have ruined Ahmad. Amorim could have ruined Mainoo. As for Zirkzee, I think there's a good player there. He was injured for a good while. I just don't think there is, Thomas. I don't think he fits the system. I think he's there out of pure desperation because there's no one else right now. And that was while Cunha was out also. I actually think if Cunha's fit, Zirkzee does not play against Wolves. I don't think he starts on Monday night. And I think that Manchester United are going to go with the Mbeumo Cunha and Mount. Sorry, I was trying to think who the other forward was then. The Mount lineup. I think that's where United will go with it. Personally, I don't see this being an option for United going forward, which is why I talked about Zirkzee first. He's just not going to play. Sell him now. Mainoo's not going to play. What's the point in him being there? You can talk about the necessaries and the emergency substitute and someone to come in if you get injuries later down the line in the season. That is fair enough, and I get that. But he's still going to play Manuel Ugarte ahead of him by the looks of it. Look, we just don't even know if Manchester United are going to actually, well, sack Ruben Amorim, or if he's going to be there. If results don't go well for Manchester United, it's going to be an interesting one if we don't get the win against Wolves. That, for me, is sacking material anyway. I've made that clear. But the club stance is always going to be solid, isn't it? The club stance is always the same. Membership renewal from Random Gym Guy says, if we don't win on Monday, we will stay in the bottom half of the table. Don't care what Ineos say. Amorim should be under serious pressure. At the moment, we stand 11th, and that's also before Liverpool play. So we could be as far down as 12th in the table before we play on Monday. Maybe even worse. I need to look at the table again, but I think the maximum we can be is 12th as it stands. So that's going to be an interesting one. When you look at the games that are currently going on at the moment and what the scores are, it's not looking good for Manchester United. The only result that's doing us anything at the moment is Bournemouth are 0-0 with Chelsea. City are 3-0 up. Newcastle are 2-0 up. Spurs are 2-0 up. All of these teams ahead of Manchester United in the table now. And it's not good for us and not looking good for us on that one. So pressure is well and truly on Ruben Amorim when it comes to getting a result against Wolves anyway. More talk on that in just a second, everybody. But just on Kobbie Mainoo's potential replacement as well. And Kobbie Mainoo, apparently, from what's been said, if United were to move Kobbie Mainoo on in January, it would only be if there was a replacement coming in. And Tyler Adams is definitely a Manchester United target. Chris Wheeler bringing it up last night, and a few people spoke about it this morning as well. Tyler Adams is being looked at by Manchester United. Bournemouth in horrible form at the moment. Obviously, they're drawing today against Chelsea, but Tyler Adams has been looked at as a potential signing for Manchester United. And that, I think, again, is being reported simply because Manchester United could be selling Kobbie Mainoo. The January transfer window is coming up. So let's put 2 and 2 together and try and actually make a story out of this here. When you look at Tyler Adams and you look at his stats, I was just going to get his stats up there a minute ago, but the system has failed on me there. Sorry, I was just about to do all of that. But bear with me 1 second. Let me see if we can just get him up again. That's not. Right, I was just looking at his... For instance, let's just get his contract up and see if there is any value in him. Second. Right, let's just get Capology up right now. Sorry for the delay there, everybody. System failure. Right, his contract is up in 2028. So his market value is going to be up there. This is going to be a difficult one for Manchester United because you're going to have to spend money on him. And he's probably going to cost more than the other targets we've been looking at. He's going to cost more than Conor Gallagher. Things like this. This is where it's all going to get difficult for Manchester United. So, again, I get the stories with Tyler Adams. I get the stories with Conor Gallagher. Obviously, João Gomez. All of this is just going to keep on rumbling around. And it's going to come down to whether Manchester United feel like they need somebody in January. A decision's going to have to be made on both Kobbie Mainoo and Joshua Zirkzee next month. And if they do decide to go with it, then you're looking at replacements being needed. United will obviously then have someone lined up, surely. If they keep them, then they're running the risk of dressing room unrest and problems starting to mount up behind the scenes for Manchester United, because unhappy players, even if you say they've got a great attitude in training, are going to keep on causing problems, and it's going to be difficult. Ruben's head is already well and truly on the block at Manchester United at the moment, so it's going to be hard to see how Manchester United keep that, and Ruben keeps everybody happy. Like he said himself, you're not going to play games because we haven't got enough games to play you in. So I see there being more problems if Kobbie Mainoo stays. Look, I don't want him to go. I want him to succeed at Manchester United, of course. But I think we have to accept the inevitable. If Ruben is staying, Kobbie Mainoo is done. And that's where we're at with it as well. I'm going to get into more of the comments in just a moment, everybody. So bear with me. Stay patient. Thank you, everybody who is doing and getting your comments in there. Please do, if you're catching up, get into the comment section below and let me know what you're thinking. We are going to move across to Rival Watch quite soon as well. We're going to be getting into the Leeds versus Liverpool game. If there was a Man United Rival Watch, it's them two clubs, isn't it? Well and truly. But the other stories around Manchester United at the moment are all circulating the Mohamed Dabo situation. Now, if you didn't know who this was, then when we were buying a Roscoe, you would be looking at him as another midfielder we were looking at. So this is the player. It's Mohamed Dabo. he was on trial at Manchester United. So the stance on this one, this has come from Christopher Michaels as well. And this should tell you where Manchester United are actually at now when it comes to who else is going to come in midfield. So there is going to be no more, by the sounds of it, no more cheaper, younger central midfielders coming through the door, I don't think. Manchester United have been working on a transfer for Mohamed Dabo. However, Christian Orozco has already been signed for this position. In addition, the club already has a great talent in its own ranks in Jimmy Thwaites in the under-18s team. Therefore, according to my information, the club has decided not to go ahead with the deal. So, Kone is in, Jimmy Thwaites is there, and Orozco is arriving in the summer when he turns 18. That is it for the younger talent in central midfield. Anything else bought at this stage now, because of this, is going to be a first-team player, someone who is spent, who money is spent on, basically, is what we're saying here. So this is going to be a very, very interesting one, and the developments on this, because there's been a lot of stories going around. False information about Dabo signing for somebody else. Manchester United clearly looking at him and being very interested in him because he was on trial. And now we're getting this update that Manchester United apparently are happy with Orozco coming in, and that's it. So no more room for cheap younger players coming in Man United's midfield. They're happy with Jimmy Thwaites and Orozco, and of course you've got Kone there as well. So any other signing is going to be a major signing for United. So maybe you've got them three there as options further down the chain, and then you've got obviously 2 more signings coming in at least in midfield. I think they could be 3, you know. I really do think they could be 3. I don't think Manchester United are prepared to go into the season next season with the options that we've got. And I think with Manuel Ugarte, Casemiro, and like we've said, potentially Kobbie Mainoo leaving, I don't see Manchester United going for just 2 midfielders. I don't think they are going to go with Kone, Thwaites and Orozco as squad players. So I think there's 2 big signings, and then maybe another one. Maybe that is a Tyler Adams, someone like that. Maybe it's the Conor Gallagher, and then 2 big signings in. All of that being said, I think like what we talked about this morning, you're looking at Manchester United potentially missing out on big targets unless a decision is made now. And then you completely flip everything that I've just said, in particular with Zirkzee and Mainoo and their futures. Does Ruben Amorim survive up into the January transfer window? And I'm saying that right now because I've watched Aston Villa absolutely not outplay fully, but completely take Arsenal to school today in the early kickoff. Newcastle are now in great form as well. We've got both of them games coming up. Yes, we've got Wolves, Bournemouth, and Wolves again also for the rest of this calendar year. Does Ruben actually survive the actual January transfer window? Is he still here? Because if he does not beat Wolves, then that is going to be him out of here with a lot of Man United fans. Then you've got Bournemouth coming up. And Bournemouth, as it is at the moment, just let me double check the scoreline on this one, just to make sure I'm not tripping myself up or anything here. No, they've managed to get a 0-0 draw with Chelsea today. Not great, not fantastic for them, but again, Bournemouth holding their own. They're always a tough ask for Manchester United. That's the game next Monday night. So Wolves becomes incredibly difficult for Manchester United all of a sudden because we need the win. And if he doesn't get a win in that game, then I think Ruben is done because the games coming up after that are even harder. They are incredibly difficult games for Manchester United at the end of this month. So this is going to be really interesting to see how the dynamic works. There's a plan with Ruben and there's got to be a plan without him. Without him, Mainoo stays, I think, and he features. With him, Mainoo's got to be sold in January because he's not going to play for Man United from now until the end of the season in any normal, first-team capacity anyway, and that means starting games ahead of certain players like Bruno Fernandes. That's just not going to happen. So, looking at that, looking at everything as it's moving along now, I actually think that it is all going to come down to how these next 5 games go for Manchester United before the window opens. and the future of Kobbie Mainoo, Joshua Zirkzee, I still think Zirkzee will go. But if Ruben's not here, Kobbie Mainoo ain't going anywhere. That's the full breakdown. That's the situation as it is right now with Kobbie Mainoo and Manchester United. And it's a crazy one, isn't it? It really is. Let's get into the comment section. Thank you, everybody, for the likes already. Please do keep liking the video. I know all of the 3 o'clocks are just finishing up right now. We're going to be watching the Leeds and Liverpool game here on FUTV United TV in a rival watch. We're going to switch across to that format in a short space of time coming up soon. I'm just going to get through some more comments on the Kobbie Mainoo and Joshua Zirkzee stories. Reading up some other information which is popping up on my screen constantly at the moment. Anthony says in the comment section, we need to be ready to go. 2 midfielders of the highest level. The younger players take care of themselves and are for the future. We need that quality in right now to make the difference. We're so bad at central midfield. Since I just removed Ruben from Jan, but put Kobbie in the midfield with Casemiro and Bruno, Mason and Agate as bench backup. I think Mason Mount, I think you're doing Mason Mount out there, to be honest. I think Mason Mount has got a shout of being in this Man United side as well. Why does Adam like pointing the blame at only one player in the United squad when the results don't go her way? No idea. It makes no sense at all what you just said there, mate. Sorry, Jonathan. I don't know what you're going on about, mate. I just picked it out because you put my name in there. So, no idea. It doesn't make sense, mate. Sorry. Could elaborate and give me some more information. That would be great, buddy. Last season, failure to get in Europe has hindered us going forward. Sell to buy, but maybe not enough to get big targets because no Europe, question mark. And yeah, well, we'll see, won't we? We will see. If United win, by the way, you're looking at a different scenario altogether. Well, we all still fear what is about to come, and we're not getting taken aback by beating Wolves at Molineux. United still, honestly, they've got to do a lot of convincing, even if we win. And I think we've just taken out the... Well, I have. Where I'm at with Manchester United right now is that I've basically just accepted that I've got to just go along with the punches right now. I'm trying to take the emotion out of it with United. I feel like I can't allow myself to get sucked in anymore. I've had enough. Support them and take what comes. And that's about it. If we lose on Monday, I can safely say Amorim needs to go. We will be mid-table. As it actually stands at the moment, Manchester United, Burnley have pulled a goal back against Newcastle, by the way, but probably too little too late. 10-man Burnley, 2-1 down there at St James's Park. That game is the only one that is still going on right now. In fact, Newcastle have leapfrogged us in the league after that win. So too have Tottenham. Manchester United currently sitting in 11th place in the league. And this is going to be even worse, 12th, if Liverpool beat Leeds, the game that we're going to be watching here on FUTV in a moment's time. I think that is enough to say 15 games in, you're in 12th. If you don't beat Wolves, then, oh, God, you're literally... You're grasping at that point, aren't you? And I know it can change with one result, but we've been trying to be positive about this on the channel for a long time right now, and they just keep on letting us down. We're going to get there. We're going to win. We're going to win. We'll be back up there. We'll be in the top 4. If we get this win, then we're going to be right there. Constantly saying the exact same things, and it not changing, and it just being stuck there in the same position. And now it could go the opposite way if we don't pull it together. Look, I'm going to say this right now ahead, and I've said this the other day as well, but I'm going to say it with a little bit more authority right now. Man United will beat Wolves, and the narrative will change again a little bit. It will be a little bit more positive. I think this time, nobody's going to get carried away with it. The Crystal Palace result give everybody a bit of breathing space and hope that we could handle being without Mbeumo and Ahmad. We've got 2 more games with them, and we're not playing that well with them anyway. Without, I'm really scared, because we're going into games against Aston Villa and Newcastle, who are both ahead of us in the league. Newcastle, like Aston Villa right now are sat third, only 3 points off the top. They're flying. They're the best team in the league, and we got to go to Villa Park. Newcastle as well, Old Trafford. I've still got flashbacks to that from last year. But Manchester United win today, then we're right back up there. In fact, let me just bring it up again so I know exactly what we're up with here. If Manchester United win on Monday, then we are level on points with Chelsea in fourth. Is that right? Yeah, it is. We're level on points with Chelsea again. It's madness. It's an absolute madness. And again, can you get carried away with that? I don't think you can. I really don't think you can. It's not like we aren't being positive and we were ignoring the table. The table never lies. Of course the table never lies, but still, to be joint fourth the way we're feeling right now, it's a bit of an ask, isn't it? Right, I'm going to get into loads of comments here now as well before we jump across to the watch along as well. Elliot Anderson is putting up elite stats, best midfield rating in the league, 7.58, first to hit 100 plus possessions won, and the only player combining 75 plus recoveries with 20 plus tackles won. Look, stats. I get it. He looks good. He's also part of a team that were battered by Everton today at the John Dickinson Stadium. So Boris still down there battling it out. Good that they are down there because it means his price is less. But like I said again this morning, if United are not in a certain competition, i.e. in Europe, then we're going to find it incredibly difficult to get Elliot Anderson to Manchester United. That's just the way it is. That's what we're looking at right now. Greg says, "Ooh, Leeds, Liverpool like a murky canal." Yeah, do you know what? We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a bit of fun tonight and watch that game here. We're gonna carry it on from this stream actually. So please do stay with us as well. I'll put the poll up to see if anyone is actually sticking around with us and staying in. And there is quite a few of you that are actually going to stay along. So grab yourself a beer, grab your tea, keep me on in the background. We'll just talk about it, and we'll just keep an eye on all the other Manchester United news and have a gigantic long stream with Liverpool and Leeds on in the background as well. It's going to be fun. Let's just say that, because I fancy... Here's a question for you. Who would you rather win, Leeds or Liverpool? Do we just go with Leeds to win because it's Liverpool who are closer to us in the league and it impacts us a little bit more? Or do we just want Leeds down again and just laugh at Leeds again? Is that what we want? Let me know in the comment section on that one. Wolves will be raising their game against us on Monday night. Honestly, I can see us losing this one. Not to be sensational about the game. They lack quality, but they are a very physical side. Look, they ran Villa very close last week. I know Villa were in Europe and they were tired and whatnot, but still, I do think that this isn't a walkover for United. If we are seen as the first team to allow Wolves to win this season after 15 attempts, then Ruben should be sacked. In fact, if we don't beat Wolves, he needs to be sacked on the Tuesday. Sounds harsh for me, doesn't it? And a lot of people are surprised that I've come up with that, but that is where I'm at the moment. That's where I am. Why does Shaw play walking football? No urge to make things happen. Shaw's not been that bad, mate. I'll be honest, Stephen. I'm his biggest critic as well. I'm not about to start saying that he is going to. He isn't playing well when he has been decent. Luke Shaw, he's been quite consistent. James says, hate them both, but Leeds win tonight as it's just too funny witnessing the fall from grace, that of Liverpool. I'm guessing there, Jimbo, mate. Keep your likes coming in. Keep your comments coming in, everybody. Thank you. Just to bring you up to date with the main story again, we were talking about Joshua Zirkzee and we were talking about Kobbie Mainoo's situation. Manchester United have rejected a bid from Roma to take Joshua Zirkzee on loan with an option to buy. That option had a stipulation in there that it would become a permanent deal if Roma qualified for the Champions League. They are currently in Champions League places. This is very, very interesting for Manchester United because Zirkzee is going to go in the summer anyway. Guaranteed, pretty much, because he's just not going to get the same amount of game time. So if United try to cling on to Joshua Zirkzee, Amad and Mbeumo come back from AFCON, and Zirkzee is still at the club, he's back to the bench and he's never appearing again. That's how I see it. And I think if Desco comes back, Cunha gets fully fit, Amad's fit, Mount's fit, and of course you've got Mbeumo back from AFCON, then Zirkzee's done. So my point earlier on, if you just joined us now, was that if United want to sell Zirkzee, sell him now. Get that deal in place. Get that option in there, an obligation. Because you're not going to use him the rest of the season. Pretty much guarantee it. And you're going to get some money in maybe. If he doesn't meet that requirement and they don't finish in the top 4, then you're back to square one again. And it doesn't matter, of course. But why don't you give yourself a chance putting that in there now and moving him on loan and try and sell him on, or get a guarantee of selling him on. It just makes the summer a lot easier, because as soon as it starts, the World Cup kicks in and it's hard to get deals done. But with this one, it's already set in stone and you can just finalise that deal as soon as the season finishes. So again, money in the bank, another player out of the squad that isn't going to be used, room for an academy player, or room to bring somebody else in. Money to bring somebody else in. Like Stu said earlier on, there's a chance that Man United might not make Europe. So if you're looking for the best value for your players, why don't you sell them now, or put something in loan with option for players like Zirkzee now? Well, they've got a little bit of stock, because nobody's going to be buying players from Manchester United for mega money if they don't qualify for Europe again this season. They're going to be seen as the runt of the litter, and they're going to get bid in the balls for them. And Man United won't be making much money at all. So this is the conundrum. This is the problem. The other story, which was around the Kobbie Mainoo situation, is that Roma are working behind the scenes and still trying to push. They can't buy anyone because of their financial situation in Napoli, and that means that they can only loan players out. So loaning players is the only option for them. Kobbie Mainoo fits perfectly. The difference with Kobbie Mainoo this time, and why this story is slightly different, is that Kobbie is open to a permanent move, apparently, some reports are saying. Now, Romano has always stuck to Kobbie Mainoo wants a straight loan. No option, no obligation, no stipulations, nothing like that. But some reports are actually saying that Kobbie would be open for a permanent move. Maybe Manchester United have accepted that Ruben Amorim is going to stay no matter what, and Ineos have got this stance. They've said it before. And now you're looking at Kobbie Mainoo going, well, if he's here, I don't stand a chance. So maybe Kobbie's looked at this and he's gone, well, maybe now I need to make this permanent. Stop messing around with loan deals, because it's just not going to go for me. It's not going to happen. United would only bring in a player in January. Being said, sorry, no, got it the wrong way around. Kobbie would only leave Manchester United in January if United were to bring a player in. And Tyler Adams is being seen, the Bournemouth player, as an option for Manchester United. That is the other story going around. No other updates on any other players. Obviously, Conor Gallagher's, João Gomez. There's nothing there at all at the moment, everybody. So you're up to date with all of the transfer stuff. Again, obviously, we are going to, as these weeks go by now, leading into January, we get to the back end of December, there's going to be a bit more clarity, I think, on certain situations. But the games that need to be played are going to play a massive part in what happens in this January transfer window. Said this before, if United don't do well in the next 5 games before the turn of the new year and the window opening, then Ruben might not be here. And that might mean that Kobbie Mainoo has actually got a bleeding chance at Manchester United. So that, again, is where we're actually at with this. And I just don't see how Kobbie survives while he's here. He has to be gone, that being Ruben. And then you might see someone come in who plays a different system and Kobbie goes right into the team. The only way, isn't it? We all know it. I can't see us finishing higher than 10th if we stick with Amorim trying to play his way. That doesn't fit these players, which will mean European football next season, either nightmare, which won't mean in European football next season, which is a nightmare. Understand Ruben Amorim position will be decided after the Newcastle game before the window opens, says Donning. Well, we will see. There's a lot of different stories as to Ruben's future. Guarantee you, if we don't beat Wolves, the knives are out. The knives are well and truly out. If United are in the bottom half of the table, turning the year, which means that we haven't done well in these 5 games, he has to be gone. I'm sorry. It's just, we cannot afford to be out of Europe for back-to-back seasons. Someone could come in and get something more out of these players. I don't know who it would be. I don't know which way Man United would go if Ruben Amorim left or he was sacked. I haven't got a Scooby, honestly. I don't know. I look at the Oliver Glasner situation. His contract is coming to an end, and there's the unrest behind the scenes with him. And then I'm looking at potential interims. Could you go back to Ruud or Ollie again, or Michael Carrick's there? All been interim managers before at Manchester United, of course. They all know the club. They all know the people at the club. They probably all know the players. My biggest concern, my one and only true concern right now with Ruben being sacked, is that we might be tempted as a club. Then again, the structure should kick in at this point, the Wilcox. Someone might be tempted, another manager that is, to come in and bring Marcus Rashford back or something like that, which we cannot do. It just undoes all of the work that has been done before. Getting rid of Mainoo and bringing in Tyler Adams, Ineos are trying to turn us into a relegation level side. Look, don't get me wrong, like, we do need to stop building Kobbie Mainoo up as the Messiah and the man that's going to turn this around. As soon as someone else comes in and plays Kobbie, we will be all right. If Ruben changes his system and plays Kobbie, we're going to be great. No, we're not. We're not. Kobbie isn't that good. He really shouldn't be talked about that much. It's just that Ruben has caused this problem now because of what he said and how he is changing the team. I like Kobbie Mainoo. I like him as an attacking midfielder, a 10-type player. That's where he's played in the academy, and that's where he should be playing for Manchester United. He shouldn't even be in contention to play in midfield alongside or for, Bruno Fernandes. That's just ridiculous because that's not his game. He should be playing in the 10s. Maybe Ruben doesn't rate him, and this is why he brought in the Cunha and Mbeumo transfers. Maybe that's what United were thinking. Someone somewhere at Manchester United must have been thinking, there's a problem here with Kobbie. What are we going to do? And the aftermath and the uproar that there is going to be, we already know, and this is, you can almost say guaranteed, going to be bringing in 2 midfielders in the summer, alongside the younger ones that I've just mentioned. He's done. He's finished. There is no return for the Cobster, I'm afraid. And again, it only happens if there's another manager. That's it. It's so frustrating, Adam. I really liked Ruben. If he had the right type of players, then we will be fine. We could excel, but he's a year away from getting to the ideal squad. Can you last it out? The problem is, look, I can see the benefit in trying to keep with a manager, and going forward, you might be able to get in them players. Another 2 transfer windows, January and the summer, you might be there. You'd be very, very close to it anyway, because we're going to go and spend big on midfield, which is our biggest problem, and maybe a wing back as well. If we do that and we hold out, of course, unless we go and get top player in January, I'm not seeing it though. Manchester United are not going to be in Europe if we continue with Ruben Amorim. My thoughts as it is at the moment from what I've seen. And I've always said, look, and I've backed Ruben Amorim, you all know it. I've always said, I think we make it if we invest in January. I don't know if we are going to. This is the thing, I don't know. There's going to be a lot that happens in Jan, but it's whether it's going to be beneficial for Man United. And by that I mean, is it just going to be the outgoings again? We was good enough to start for Manchester United and England before Amorim came in. Also, my comment was more the fact that we seem to get linked to bums just because they fit Amorim's terrible system. Well, I think we get linked to other players in January because it's January. And you're not going to get the quality of player you want in January. That is just not going to happen, is it? January transfer window is shit, innit, really? Let's be honest. You never get the right targets that you want. You never get the top players that you want. So we're being linked to players of a certain calibre at a certain club that might have a certain clause or are not getting enough game time. Do you really want that player? Players that are sold in January are players that nobody wants. And that's the problem. Do you automatically look at that as a make-weight signing then, and not a realistic future signing for the football club? That's a big, big problem for Manchester United, I think. And I do think that you're looking at a situation here where United have done this before. They've gone out and bought players in January or bought players in a transfer window that they weren't right for the football club. They weren't good enough for Manchester United or even the team at the time. And it's just slowly decayed over the years. You go back to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and some of the players that he had on that pitch. We had some world-beating players on that pitch. And do you know what? On any given day, we could have beaten anyone on the planet. This team? No, it's not. No, this team is a team that needs to be built on and nurtured through, I think, a few more years to be challenging for the title. But this team should be getting European football, and that's the argument against Ruben Amorim. That's the problem that you've got. So, yeah, that is always going to be the problem for United. I'm going to get as many comments in as I can now, so get into the comment section, please, everybody. Give me your thoughts. I'm going to roll off all of them as we go through. We're counting down to kick off in the Leeds versus Liverpool game. We're going to do a rival watch and just keep it rolling on, and we're just going to have a good old chat, but we're still talking United, so get in, talk to me, give me your thoughts, let me know if there's anything you want to bring up from other content throughout the week. Now's your chance, everybody. Get in there. Johnny says he was good enough to start. I've said that one already. Sorry, my mistake. I've read that one out once already. You did say you've got a good points there, but at the same time, I think Amorim would happily go for players like that if they have good running stats. To be honest, I need Amorim gone yesterday. We got Dorgu beginning of this year, who was just a stopgap, while Heaven was a bargain, but in development. Again, that's what you get in January, isn't it? The unknown. Don't know what's going to happen. Look, I'm not saying that them two are bums, but you wouldn't put them down as a top target, would you? One for the future. Oh, sorry, two for the future. Because Dorgu was only 20 as well when he came in, so no experience in the Premier League, either of them. And they were our signings. I still think that both of them players could be good squad players for Manchester United. I really do. I like Heaven. I think Ruben threw him under the bus and then moaned about not having him for corners and strength in the air after we conceded the equaliser. I didn't like what Ruben Amorim said or does or keeps on doing with the yellow card situation with players. The bleeding joke, honestly. Massive repercussions from the previous years. It was clearly never going to be a quick fix. We desperately need to bring in a player like Gallagher in midfield and another midfielder to boost us up. The Honest Tiger, 24 months, remember, 2 years in, mate. What an absolute legend. Out of the next 5 games, how many points do you think we get? Keep up all the great work you do for us. Honest Tiger, absolutely mega, mate. That, love it. In terms of the points, I'm going to say, here, points in this one. So 3 against Wolves. I'm going to be optimistic. We're going to beat Wolves twice, 6 points. Might get a draw against Bournemouth, and then lose to Villa and Newcastle. That's how I see it going from what I've seen. Is anyone else going to better me on that? And you know I'm a very optimistic person. I think Manchester United are... I think Man United are actually... or should be a lot higher than where we are right now. I was very optimistic at the start. I was, after the bit of form that we had as well this season. But out of them games, Honest Tiger... honestly, pardon the pun. Yeah, 7 points. 7 points out of a possible, how many is that? 15? Yeah. 15. Oh my God. That's going to be bottom half of the table, that. It is, isn't it? Definitely going to be bottom half of the table. All right. Right. Well, we are going to be watching the Liverpool game as well at Leeds. It's going to be a bit of a rival watch. So we're going to obviously scoot across on that also, and make sure that you do stick around with us as well, everybody, because it is going to be a bit of a fun watch. We're still going to be talking Manchester United stuff as well. We're still going to be talking United and obviously getting any of the news that does come out, because you usually do get some on a Saturday while the games are going on later on. But we are going to switch across to our watch-along platform as well. We'll have the live table up there as well, all of the action and everything that's going on. So still in the same format. We're still talking Manchester United, but we're going to have a little bit of entertainment at the same time in watching this Liverpool game against Leeds as well. So, yeah, I'm not excited for it. I'm intrigued. I always like watching all football, to be honest. But it's going to be, I think, a difficult one for all Manchester United fans to say which team they would prefer to win this game. But yeah, Leeds versus Liverpool is something else that we're also doing as well. Your comments coming in. Everton 5th sums it up. It's a mad one, that, isn't it? Like, Everton being 5th. That is absolutely criminal, isn't it? But they are absolutely killing it right now. And that's with them. I think that's 3 wins now in the last 4 for David Moyes. Scary again, isn't it? Wow. Wow. I just don't, honestly. Manchester United need to get their acts together and get their acts together very, very quickly, because we're going to get left behind. Hi, Adam. Kobbie and Baleba would be great. It seems a good balance, at least to me. We won't get Elliott. Let's face it. I was at Hull versus Borough yesterday. Hackney looks a very, very good prospect, by the way. Yes, you have got the Hayden Hackney situation, which could develop into something more. Hayden Hackney is a good player in the Championship, but in January, you're not really going to be getting Championship players and bringing them in and trying to integrate them that quickly. I could see a Hackney type of signing coming in potentially in the summer. That makes sense. That makes sense for Man United, I think. I do feel like United would look to someone like we just spoke about Tyler Adams a minute ago, and people saying that we get linked to average players. I think there's 3 midfielders coming in. I do. I think you'll get 2 big midfielders. It could be a case of we might not get Elliot Anderson because, well, Manchester United are not in Europe. Touchwood, please, God, please be in Europe again next season. We need it badly. It could be a case of Man United get no European football and Anderson doesn't come to United. You might get Angelo Stiller. You might get Carlos Baleba, if that is the case. That's what you're looking at. So I think Man United is a realistic look. And then 1 more player on top of that. I think that's what we're looking at. What message does it give the players when the head coach puts his head in his hands and is too scared to look? We are picking out the bad bits of Ruben right now, aren't we? I get it, I do. Sorry, can't hear you with these trophies. Oh, sorry, it's loading, talking to someone else. Sorry, mate. We have a gifted membership in from the Honest Tiger. Thank you very much, matey. Love that, pal. We are just about to kick off the game against Leeds and Liverpool. We're just going to be watching this in the background while we talk about everything else. Manchester United. It's going to be one of them. Lots of stories going around here. In some really in-depth looks and takes on Manchester United on social media at the moment. People are going into detail. You know it's bad at United when people are going into detail. By the way, check this out, yeah? This is Wolves' record going into the Man United game. Sunderland 2-0 defeats. Burnley 3-2 defeats. Chelsea 4-3 defeat. Fulham 3-0 defeat. Chelsea 3-0 defeat. Palace 2-0 defeat. Aston Villa 1-0 defeat. Nottingham Forest 1-0 defeat. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row that Wolves have lost and not scored a goal. You know what I'm doing here, don't you? And you know what I'm saying about Wolves. You can see where I'm going with it. It is going. It's going to be Man United, isn't it? It's going to be Man United that you bleeding do it against, honestly. It's so painful. It really is. But I'm just hoping that players can just do the job that's necessary. Get us the 3 points. At least we can say we're right up there. I still can't believe it. I mean, what are the actual... Let me just double check the fixtures for tomorrow. So it's Brighton versus West Ham and Fulham versus Crystal Palace. And when it comes to the league table right now, so that's Palace on 23, they can go on 26. And Brighton are on 22, they can go on 25. So effectively, Manchester United could still, unless Palace win, United could be level on points with 4th place. Joint top 4 if we beat Wolves. Oh, it's chance number 5, isn't it, for Man United? That's what it is. Chance number 5. Because we've had so many others before. We had Forest, we had Spurs, we had Everton, we had West Ham, and now they're going to give us Wolves as well. With the way that the results have gone and Chelsea dropping more points today, we could again go level on points with Chelsea if we beat a team that hasn't registered 1 win this season, that hasn't registered a goal in the last 5 while losing that last 5, that hasn't got their best player in midfield because he's suspended in João Gomez. Can Manchester United conjure up that win now? Everything has gone. Everything that's gone past us before has come down to this moment for Manchester United, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Only United could blow this opportunity. They're not going to. I think we're going to beat Wolves. But only Man United could actually do this. It's just gone down and down and down. You had 2 tough away games. Then we gave us a relatively easy home game against Everton to break into the top 4. Then they gave us a home banker in West Ham, who are in the relegation zone. And now they're going to give us the worst team in Premier League history to try and get into the top 4. We have to do it, surely. It's a mad one. It's only United. Only United, honestly. It's crazy, crazy. But Leeds and Liverpool are now underway. We've kicked off. And we'll keep an eye on that while talking. And we'll get the chat rocking and rolling, everybody. Get into the comments section, please, everyone. Give the video a like as well. Let's get up to that 200 mark. Give me your comments. I think we'll win. I think we'll win. If we play Bruno centre forward, he'll score a couple out of 40 half chances. Just unbelievable that we could go into top 5 at week. Can we do this? Can we do it this time? Says Louise. Again, it's the big question, isn't it? Can we have a poll on who gets sacked first, Amorim or Slot? Well, if Liverpool don't win this game, then Slot's gone. That's what I'm hearing anyway. And that's the talk of the town right now. Slot or Amorim. In fact, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put that poll up, actually, because I'm intrigued. Because we actually do have some Liverpool fans in our chat as well. I know that for certain. So I'm going to put it in now. Who gets sacked first? Option 1, Amorim. Option 2, Slot. Poll is up in the chat right now, everybody. Get onto that and let me know what you're thinking. Who gets sacked first? We'll run that throughout. It may be determined by the results that we see in this game here today between Leeds and Liverpool. Early knockings in this one. We're just seeing Leeds players trying to rally up the crowd. One thing Leeds have got over Liverpool, by the way, is the atmosphere is 20 times better than it is. Well, that's close, that, actually, there. They should have done better with that. Canate flapping again for Liverpool. Ellen Road is 20 times better. We have a Liverpool fan in the house. Lauren is with us right now. Mr. Dacia Sandero in the chat says, the stage is set for the ultimate embarrassment on Monday night. You watch Wolves raise their game to 110%. Surely we can't lose if we do. Amorim will need to leave the stadium in disguise. he will be absolutely bombarded with hate. League table standings are miles more exciting to watch than the games, as as a United fan says, Jenny. That is bang on. That aren't we all as Man United fans doing that at the moment? Every single one of us right now. Oh, over the top from Leeds. 2 efforts already for them. As Man United fans right now, all we're doing is getting our entertainment and kicks out of watching that table just going up and down and fluctuating. Honestly, it's like a speaker mixer, a visual. Like it's just going up and down. Man United table all season. Honestly, if you watch one of them ball things that does like that timestamp thing where it's just like going up and down, like where it goes, like Man United's position in the league, it'd be like that. United like leading yo-yo. Honestly, United fans were going to win the league. United fans want Ruben Amorim sacked. Oh no, it was a bit premature. We're back going to win the league again. No, we need to get rid of him. It's too much. I can't take anymore. That's where I'm at. I'm not getting invested into Manchester United emotion. I'm just going to take each game as it comes. Like Ruben tells us to, we just play to win the next one. Let's just take the next one. Slippy Slot needs a lifetime contract, says Gems. Keep your jokes coming in as well, everybody. If they're really expensive, Liverpool, sorry, Lauren, mate, and Liverpool fans, we need to get our kicks somewhere. And the fact that you are just as bad as us this season is just keeping us alive as a United fan base right now. I think that's it. I think that is where everyone's at. I'm dreading the Bournemouth game already, mate. Went to the Everton game, got that bored. I ended up on Temu scrolling. Oh, good God. If Man United's performances at home drive fans to Temu, then there's something drastically wrong, isn't there? There really is. Man, I need to turn this heater off. It's getting warm. Oh, there we go. Cool off. By the way, I've been hiding it behind, but because it's a watch-along, we'll crack open the Madries as well, everyone. Oh, anyone want to put any predictions in as well in the chat? We're going to keep the Man United chat going all the way through as well, everyone. So if you haven't had a chance to speak to me before I get get your message read out, then of course do get into the comment section. It usually is more of a lower key one, and we can have a bit of a laugh as the game is going on. We've gone through all of the news. What I'll do later on as well, when the watch along finishes, we'll separate the streams and we'll put the Manchester United news show out as a separate one, so you can play catch up with that later on also as well. So if you're just looking for the news, then we got you covered as well. Kobbie Mainoo, Joshua Zirkzee, they were the top subjects. Oh, no one ball there. Early knockings from Leeds here, well on top. Liverpool just riding the emotions of Ellen Road at the moment. Sorry, Adam, your beard growing a bit greyer these days following United. Why is it that greys grow longer than every other colour hair on your body? Like, what is that all about? Seriously. But I'd rather be grey than Arne Slot bald. But yeah, Manchester United have stressed me out. Man United have aged me by about a decade, I think, anyway. 100%. Adam, what position would you be happy with on the 1st of January? Let's have a positive thought. 7th, Greg. As long as we're in, like, points, as long as we're, like, in with, like where we are now, like, touching distance of European places. The problem I've got is, like, I just don't see us beating Bournemouth, Villa and Newcastle. I know Bournemouth are in shocking form, but that worries me on its own. The law of averages would say that they're due a result, and lo and behold, United are next. Law of averages would say that Wolves would actually get a result soon, and yeah, we've got them next. Villa, too good for us. I'm worried about that game, and obviously Newcastle, they're starting to fly now, and that's the worry that I've got. Newcastle are really starting to kick into overdrive, and that's a problem. Adam, any team that has a low block and fight hard will become passive and weak. We will become passive and weak. My neighbour behind me is a Leeds fan. Walks his dog like it's invasion of the body snatchers. He is so depressed. I said, walk a mile. in my shoes. They can't be depressed, can they? Leeds fans, they're surely going to be happy. Looking at them, and that result against Chelsea the other night, that was massive. No, I mean, Greg, I've always said, I'll be completely honest, I don't think United can make them places without buying somebody in January. So to be in touch going in to January, I'd be happy with that. But we won't be in touch, mate, because I don't think we're going to beat Newcastle. I don't think we're going to beat Villa. And I think we'll struggle against Bournemouth. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I really do hope I'm wrong. But I just don't see it. Liverpool struggling for a bit of rhythm at the moment in this one. Leeds' energy is definitely getting the crowd up anyway, but can they keep it up? Liverpool, I expect to tire them out and probably snatch this one. That's my honest opinion. Just looking at it, Leeds have come out like an absolute steam train. Greg says, I thought you'd say 6 minimum. I think that's where the big gap will appear between 6th and 7th after the Christmas games, I think. I hope you're right. I mean, Manchester United just need... this season, 6 will get United in Europa League. I think we can get 5th. If we make the investment in January, yes, I think we can. But I'm starting to doubt that now because of Ruben Amorim. Even the way that Ruben's talking right now is starting to really, really concern me. So I just don't think United, with Amorim in charge, are the right fit. I really don't. I really don't think, from what he's saying and what we're playing like now, I've got them horrible feelings and horrible concerns from last season coming in. And that's my big concern. That's my big worry. By the way, everybody, we've got the prediction league coming up again. I've got my game. My prediction table coming up. We've got Wolves versus Manchester United on Monday. So I want to try and build a leaderboard again here on Forever United TV. Get involved in it and be with a chance of winning a few £100 as well. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to just drop in to the live chat the link to... I'm going to drop in the link to the latest prediction league. So that is there. Please do get in there. In fact, while we're on this watch along here, let's bring up the actual predictions. We'll have a play around with this. So bear with me a second as I get this up, everyone. Sorry. Right, I've got it. Tell you what I'll do. I'll just flick across between... Oh, wait a minute, Liverpool. Zirkzee's cross in, deep back stick. Oh, flattened Ekitike. Down you go, son. Punch in the mush pot. That one's going to hurt. Liverpool are still going here. Florian Wirtz is trying to take on the whole Leeds team in the box. The ref has to blow up soon. I think he will in a moment. Ekitike, I think it is. He took a right hook there from the goalkeeper. Night. I'm going to move on to this one here because my prediction comp is here. If you bear with me a second, everyone, I'm just going to bring it up. All right, you can still see me on screen, everybody. Right, okay. These are our Wolves predictions for today. Oh, he's not even touched him, man. He's hit the ball and he's just gone down the side of Ekitike's face. You soft lad, get up. Just, I don't know. He might have just scraped his ear down the side or something like that. I don't know. Right. Let me just get this up so everyone can see it. Okay. So, predictions. You can see them all there on your screen, everybody. Right, so for the Wolves game, all you have to do is click on that link in the live chat now. Join the leaderboard, please, everybody. Get your predictions in. Out of the 8 on the screen there, actually 7 on the screen there, you have to pick 6 of these to enter the game. A minimum of 2 to enter the game, sorry. You can play for free and you can play for money if you want. Please gamble aware. Make sure you spend to your means, everybody. You can play for as little as £1 and win some decent money. It's dead easy to play. So you just got to say yes or no to any of these. Will there be 2.5 goals in the game? I would hope so, yes. So that means there's going to be 3 goals. Will there be under 2.5 goals in this game, not over? So I'm going to say no on that one. Benjamin Sesko will score a goal and give an assist. I'm going to say no because he's not fit. So there's a bonus for you straight away. You've got 1 bet guaranteed in. I don't even think the makers have realised that Benjamin Sesko is out. So take advantage of that, everybody, straight away. As you can see at the bottom of your screen there now, my score has come up. So if I was betting $10, I'd get 30 back off them bets. And as you go through your predictions, it actually adds your total up at the bottom there. First half will end in a draw. I think United will be in front, so I'm going to say no. I'm now up to $60 at the bottom. It will be converted to pounds for you in the game as well. Wolves will score in the second half. I'm going to say no. Actually, say no. Yeah, I'm going to say no on that one. So I'm already up to $100 there. Bruno Fernandes will score a goal or get an assist. I'm going to say yes against the worst team in the league. Joshua Zirkzee will score a goal or get an assist. I'm going to say no. And right there is my 6 predictions. Just as simple as that. You click on submit entry at the bottom of the screen there and it takes you through to how much you want to put down on the actual bet itself or play for free if you want to just get involved and get on the leaderboard. That is our prediction game, everybody. Get involved with that and have a laugh with us, a bit of banter. I'll give you some more information as the weekend goes on again in tomorrow's shows and things like that about it and how we do it. So please get in there. I want to get as many people on the leaderboard as we possibly can. In fact, let me just see if there is anything there at all. If anyone has... No one's put theirs on yet. It is just started this afternoon. But I'll check on it again later on. So I'm expecting you all in there, everyone. Let's have a bit of a banter while we watch that game on Monday night. I'll be running that game alongside the watch-along on Monday night for Manchester United as well, everybody. So make sure that you do get on there as well. Right, still 0-0 in the game between Leeds and Liverpool. Liverpool starting to turn the screw a little bit now, though. Like I said, Ekitike is back on his feet again. Oh, my days, off the bar. Curtis Jones, that looked like it was going right in there. Keeper scrambling across there. Liverpool have smashed the bar early doors here. They look like they have got to grips with the early pressure from Leeds and are starting to find their feet now. So that one, a clear warning sign there for Leeds. Can they keep themselves in the game, I think? If they do, Liverpool will start to get nervous, I think. But Liverpool again through here. Wirtz, Ekitike in the box. Shot scuffed. Back out to Wirtz. He's put it back. Ekitike shot deflected over corner. Liverpool well in control of this one. Let's get into some of the comments. Let me know if you have actually entered the game as well, please, everybody. It'd be good to know if we get a few people in here while we're live as well. Trying to aim for at least around about 30 to 40 people to get into the league. So I'm going to run this and keep you updated on it throughout the weekend as well, up to Monday night. Hopefully we can have a good old ding-dong and see who's got the best predictions out of all the FUTV community. I won. Did you win the last one on his Tiger? Nice. 30 quid. That's not bad. How many did you get right on his Tiger out of it? How many did you get right? I know that Carl has also won on it, one of our regular subscribers. He's also won on it. I haven't won anything. Mine have been horrendous. Man United have let me down so many times. Honestly, I think in bets, in games, fantasy football, isn't it always your own team that lets you down? It is, isn't it? Every single time it's your own team that does it. Pain in the ass. Well done on his Tiger, mate. I'm glad you actually got that. Deserve it, mate. All teams score in the second half against United. Steve, yeah, you're right, mate. United don't win second halves. That stat came up the other day, didn't it? That was a mental stat, that one. God. Nate Salt from the Daily Mail brought that one up. Manchester United have not won one second half all season. Crazy, not that in it. That is absolutely mental. Where are we at right now? Just creeping up to the 20-minute mark in this one. Still 0-0. Liverpool dominating possession. Attempts they're starting to get on top of as well. Gakpo's a bit of a threat for Liverpool down that left-hand side. Cross from him goes Iwai and Handsome. Got in here. Let's check out the poll, actually. Who will get the sack first? Arne Slot or Ruben Amorim? Amorim is not winning it. Arne Slot at the moment on 53%. You can't move Zirkzee on without replacement. Cunha and Mbumo aren't playing well enough to discard Zirkzee. I'll completely disagree with you, Graham, on that one. You can move him on because United need to get the value for him right now. And I just don't think... I think United would rather keep Mainoo up there. That's what I think. Someone can actually say no to that. I think they won't. I don't think they'll think twice about letting him go. He's not going to play second half of the season, I don't think. I reckon Manchester United, in terms of forwards, I don't know who we would bring in right now as a replacement. I don't know if we'd just look at Shea Lacey as the replacement as well. I don't know. Ruben, again, was quizzed on that the other day. Is he going to be pressured into bringing in academy players? Might well be. Just don't know. You don't know what's happening. Get your poll votes in as well, everybody. Chance here for Leeds. No, chance for a counter-attack. Liverpool coming away with it. Gakpo sent for a ride there. Yellow card for Bogle. Dangerous free kick coming in for Liverpool. The Bosley special, maybe this one. We'll see. It's lashing it down in Leeds. Honestly, today, the rain again in Manchester. I was watching Alfie's game earlier on. It just did not stop. Absolutely drenched through my coat, through my jumper and my shirt, literally all the way through, about 3 different layers. The rain was absolutely biblical. It was ridiculous. Bosley steps up for Liverpool. Hits it, and it's well over the top. Still not firing Liverpool at all. In terms of play, good in moments and spells, but they just don't seem to hit the target enough these days. Interesting how Mo Salah's back on the bench again. Liverpool fans, how are you feeling about that? Has Arne Slot finally seen the light in not playing Mo Salah, who really offers nothing when it comes to tracking back? Kaz is in the house, everyone. Squeezing me a beer through the gap. There we go. Thanking you. Thanks. Make sure you save some for me. Go on, go on. Kanate's in trouble. That's a foul as well. Van Dijk's got away with absolute murder. I think Van Dijk's fouled him. Box there. Arte loses it, as he always does. Probably going to get away with that. He's not got much there. He just had his arm around him. Wayne says, I walked past Strangeways prison the other day and seen a dwarf coming down the wall of the ladder. Coming down the wall on a ladder. I thought that was a little condescending. The jokes are in, the watch along is here, and the jokes are flying. Oh, God, I love it. The way he changes his team, the kit man could get a shout this season. Who's that on, Brendan, by the way? Everyone's saying hello to Kaz in the chat. Good. Keep it going, everybody. Has anyone entered the prediction league? Please do get involved, everyone. We're going to have a ball this weekend. We've got to keep ourselves entertained. I mean, I've got to get through this watch along on Monday night. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. Very, very difficult watching Manchester United against Wolves. I just get out there, go smash them to pieces. That's all I want United to do. I'm not going to be impressed with anything else. Don't want no scrappy wins or anything like that. Look, I'll accept any 3 points, but I expect United to put Wolves to bed. I don't want no clinging on to 1 goal at Molineux. It's just embarrassing. Just seeing their keeper throw the ball further than some goalkeepers can kick it. My God, that's a long throw. Didn't come to anything, but I tell you what, that is a weapon, isn't it? Is anyone actually going to any games coming up? United fans, Liverpool fans, Leeds fans, anyone who's in the chats? Anyone going to any games? DK round the back. Still got it. Leeds are all back now, though. Liverpool have got to go again. Unwilling to cross the ball. Notice that. Marty says, come on, Leeds. As a United fan, who do you want? If you had to pick a team to win, who out of these two do you go with? It is, like I said before, the ultimate rival watch this game, isn't it? Who do you hate more? I'm telling you right now, the biggest rivalry is Leeds. I don't care what anybody says. For the Man United fans, Leeds is bigger. Leeds is miles bigger than Liverpool, I feel. Hopefully one day I'll have a braai with Adam. Gray says, go. Thoughts on Dallow's long throws? Probably the only reason he's in the bleeding team, mate. Honestly, that's how I see it anyway. Only Dallow could get subbed off after scoring a goal. Harrison's there for the Bournemouth game. Good, mate. He stands. Painful, that stand. Especially when it's not a good day, because you can hear the away fans even more. Our record at Molineux is woeful. No matter how crap they are, they always show up against us. Still, no excuse, Tim. Oh, there'll be a goal! Van Dijk, what are you doing, you melonhead? He has ballooned that one over there. He's got to score that. That's easier to score than miss. I can tell by the anguish on his face sat on the deck there. He should have scored that there, Van Dijk. Tyler Adams, not good enough, says Graham. I totally agree. Totally agree with Graham on that one. It isn't. And it's a make weight. It's just a name brought up because United want players in January. Remember, we was on the show earlier on and someone said, why are we being linked? What are Ineos doing? We're being linked to crap players. We're being linked to crap players, or let's just say players that are not good enough or well known, to be polite, because it's January. That's it. There's nothing else. United in January get linked with the calibre of player, if you've noticed, actually goes down all of the time. We've had 10 shots in this game, by the way, and there's not been one on target yet. So it's frenetic, but I'll tell you what, quality-wise, I said before, innit, Liverpool just don't hit the target anymore. At Leeds, you could expect that, but to have 10 shots between both of them in this game and not have one on target, that shows you, doesn't it? The team that won the league last year. Madness. Absolute madness. I've always said Liverpool and City is bigger, but for hatred, it's Leeds by a mile. Yeah, you can look at it in a couple of different ways, couldn't you, Harrison? Like the fan rivalry against the football rivalry, probably the best way to put it. Leeds and Liverpool are always bigger because they're always here. Sorry, Liverpool and City are always bigger because they're always here, but Leeds, for the fans, this is the game that you go to that has the best atmosphere, the most hatred in the stands. If anyone has ever been to Leeds, I can tell you from my own experience that Leeds against Man United at Ellen Road is something to behold. Honestly, it is frenetic. It is non-stop banter from fan base to fan base constantly. And where you're situated in the stand there at Leeds, it's basically facing a lot of their hardcore fans on the other side in the corner, on the other side of the corner flag. I know the majority of them sit behind the goal on the left-hand side as you're watching on TV, but there is a big hardcore section right there, and it's just bang, bang, bang. It's like tennis banter between the two, except it does get a little bit nasty. And you don't get out at Leeds. Peter's in the house. Adam, what I don't get is any player that moves from United any player that moves from United get better, and any player that comes in gets that caught with that problem, not play the way that's supposed to say they did, like they did before they came to us. Sorry, there's a few typos in that comment there, Pete, but I get you. So players that leave United always do better. Players that come to United that are attracted by the club are attracted by never play the same way they played before they come to United. It's a common thing. It is. It's the pressure of wearing that shirt, mate. That's what it is. Players come in with all the hype, all of the glitz and the glamour, and this is the next best thing. Great signing, brilliant. Got to do well, but it's a totally different ball game playing for Manchester United. It's totally different in the Premier League. It's different in the Premier League and United, even more so. And it is difficult for certain players. 30 minutes in, Leeds coming down the left-hand side. Great cross. Oof. Crucial header there. I can't remember. Sorry, I can't see who it actually was there in the Liverpool box who got that away. One of Canate or Van Dijk, but crucial because that again there was a gaping goal for the Leeds forwards. Can't believe Calvert-Lewin actually scored against Chelsea in midweek. It was a tap-in. It was a simple tap-in, but still, can't believe Calvert-Lewin actually bagged goal again. Remember when he was being linked to United in the summer? Oh, God, the meltdown on the fan base. That's a foul, ref. Come on. Leeds getting some good territory in possession here. Oh, lost it now, though. 4-on-3. Liverpool break. Gakpo into the box. Is it the first shot on target? Oh, it's shit. It is absolute pants. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot, but it's hit the corner flag on the other side. Liverpool go again. Oh, God, they're shit in front of goals. In front of goal. Nothing to write home about at all between either side. And that's more damning on Liverpool, of course. Let's check the poll, actually. We've had a poll running. If you haven't got involved in the poll, please do. Who gets sacked first? Amorim or Slot? I think Slot has to be favourite in this one because he's playing now. If Liverpool don't win this game, I just don't see him surviving. There's no way he survives this kind of Slot. Also, if you haven't liked the video already, please do pop a like on the video. Let's get that over 200, please, everybody. Make sure you've also subscribed and hit that link in the live chat right now to be part of our latest prediction game as well, please, everybody. I'm actually going to drop it into the description as well now, so everyone has got it. Liverpool working it down the left-hand side. Oh, that's so poor from Zirkzee. Zirkzee has been a flop, hasn't he? Let's be honest, like, Liverpool signings, who's been, like, I know you're talking Verts, and Isak's not starting the game today, but Zirkzee has been an absolute flop, hasn't he? Wow. I mean, I thought that at least one of these players that Liverpool signed would have been decent. Ekitike started off okay, but he has faded away as well. I find it staggering how none of the players that they signed have actually done anything. Gravenberch has been robbed there. Chance for Leeds. They're in the box. Oh, it's good defending from Bradley. Bit panicky there in his clearance, though, and Leeds have still got it, and it's been cleared by Kanate for a corner. Good work from Bradley, and then bad work at the same time. I'll drop the prediction competition. Buddy, bear with me one. It's already in the live chat, sorry. I'm just going to drop it into the description. Got corner from Leeds. Cross comes in. Chance, chance, chance. Oh, they've kicked it off each other's foot. Man, that's desperate. That was a great chance for Leeds there. Liverpool flapping from the corner again, struggling to defend corners. Heard that before this season, haven't we, with Liverpool? Oh, no, 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 no. Both of them went to kick the ball at the same time. Still no shots on bleeding target. And we are 34 minutes into the game. Crazy. Liverpool are United-esque. From what he was last season, shocking. There's Lonan. Who was that about? Selling Trent was the worst decision Slot has made. Didn't sell him either. That was the thing. Which month does everyone think Amorim gets the boot? January, mate. Could be December. Gravenberch releases Ekitike, but no support. Just so unlike Liverpool. It's fantastic. Just don't attack with the same vigour and pace. It's not there anymore. I mean, Verts has to go down as the biggest flop. Frimpong just isn't available. Zirkzee, I don't know, hasn't really cemented his place in the side yet either. That's poor from him. I expected a bit more from him. Well, Ekitike and Isak expect a lot more than what you've got so far, but it has been an absolute disaster class for Liverpool. Gakpo running through. No, he's not. He's cut back. It's boring. Unless anyone is travelling to Wolverhampton, it says that. The bonus is we play on a Monday night. Nice, warm night in. Unless anyone is going to North Wolverhampton. Thanks for that, Jason. You are right, mate. But chance gone. 37 minutes in and still no shot on target. Dreadful. The league has started, by the way. My leaderboard has just started. So the link in the live chat. Get involved in it, everybody. Get your predictions in for the Wolves game. Get in there. Be with a chance of winning big money, please, everybody. And you can play for free if you want as well. But it's fun having a bit of a dabble. And obviously, gamble aware. Spend to your means. If it is just a quid, drop it on there. Have a bit of fun with everybody else in the chat. That's why we build the leaderboard and the platform, so you can actually get along in the chat as well. We're going to be running it alongside the actual watch along on Monday night for United versus Wolves. So that's the link in the live chat. It's the top link in the description as well if you're catching up later on, everybody. So please do get involved and get into the game itself and be with a chance of winning. We're going to get quite a few in there. I'm aiming if I can. Can we get to like 30 to 40 people in on this game? That's my target. And I fancy a win. I fancy getting my predictions right, actually, this weekend. Free kick to Leeds here. Going long. Punt into the box. That's a good ball. That. Oh, straight into the hands of Alisson. Never mind. You can't predict with this United side. It's impossible. So what I would do, Daz, is go against United on every prediction, and then at least you've got a win on the night. Because if United play well, you lose the game. Yeah, true. But if United play bad like we're expecting them to, then you actually win some money. So just go against United, mate. That's the best way. That's the only way I can explain it. Just bet against them. That way you get money if we lose, and you get the win if we win. And you're happy because you're a United fan who wants, of course, for United to win. Over 200 votes now. Lot 56% of the vote to be the first man to go out of him and Amorim. That is our poll right now as well. Leeds on the counter. Still. No. My profile won't let me change my name back for 4 days. No. Gakpo. Inside. Still. Shots. Deflected wide. Corner to Liverpool. Should have done better there. Just onside as well. Yeah, pretty poor game in terms of standards. Real says, I'm wearing my glasses, but my sight is like I'm not wearing my glasses. Just a bit more sparkly. Have a good one. I'm off. Where you going, mate? Hopefully you have a good night, Real. Cheers, buddy. Corner comes in, punched away. Probably the first shot on target, that, and that's come from the corner. Chance again, Gakpo or cross. It's another chance. Bosley crosses, headed clear. Liverpool pressure now. Right on half time. Still, crosses are really crap from Liverpool. Leeds comfortable at the moment in defending. The ref there has been suckered into a free kick by Leeds. He wasn't going to blow then either, Taylor. Bottled it big time. Oh, not rating either side. Don't normally watch the Scousers when they're on the worst run for 50 years. It's hard to resist. Yeah. Roger, I think that's where we're all at the moment, isn't it? 50 years though. God, that's bad, isn't it? You can see the tables up on your screen as well, everybody, and the live table. But at the moment, I think Liverpool are just ahead of us, aren't they? In terms of table. I still can't believe Man United can finish 5th by the end of the weekend. Yeah, so United are now in 12th. Quite scary. We're not in that 5th position by the end of play on Monday, it would mean that we haven't won the game and Ruben should be sacked. Creeping up to half-time, everyone, and there is absolutely F all to talk about. In fact, let me just double-check these stats here right now. Right, let's see. I'm pretty certain, going off what I've seen on screen here, that there hasn't been a shot on target yet. No, that's right. 8 shots to Liverpool, 5 to Leeds, and 0 on target for either, which is pretty crazy. Other things there. Honestly, looking at Liverpool, looking at what they've got, I think see exactly why Liverpool fans want Arne Slot out. It just doesn't look like he's inspiring this team at all. They haven't really conjured up anything meaningful in this game whatsoever. Ekitike is fouling like fun. Leeds coming forward. Good time to score. Good time to score. If they can, just before half time. Ball out. Mind. I don't think there's going to be much injury time. So we're pretty much in. A full half of football with not one attempt on target. Way to go, Liverpool. Arne Slot's the man. Keep him in. Come on. Keep it going. Oh. Has anyone done their Christmas markets yet? Are we all done? Everyone got it done, wrapped up? Just been watching Anfield Agenda. Craig looks like the singer out of the group Bad Manners. Poor old Craig. He's hurting inside, my mate, at the moment there. Honestly, I can see why. I've watched Liverpool a couple of times now. Or, well, this bad run has been getting closer to where it is now. So before it was bad, and you had the first group of games when they then went on and beat Aston Villa and Real Madrid. Now, 20 times worse. And I've watched Liverpool a few times. I can see why Craig's having absolute meltdowns at the moment. There is nothing encouragement-wise playing on to Liverpool. This game is absolutely shit, by the way. It's so scrappy. I don't think the weather's helping at all, but Liverpool can't get anything going, and Leeds are just turning it into a fight. So many fans there that look absolutely drenched as well. Going to the Cardiff Christmas markets on Wednesday. A few people already done it. No, Adam, Xmas is cancelled this year. Why? Is that because you've been Australia, Stu? Miss it too much, mate. Steven Gerrard as an interim for Liverpool would be an absolute disaster. Take it from a United fan. Don't bring back your legends. Another foul. Bradley in the book. Liverpool flapping. Big time, man. Good God. So poor. Yeah, I think he played the ball there. No, he didn't. He didn't need to make the tackle. That's the problem. Like Casemiro, innit? Flying into tackles. He doesn't need to. Supporting Manchester United all these years after Ferguson is like Black Ops. Black Ops Call of Duty. I can hear the rain. My God, it's shit weather at the moment, isn't it? Trying to go do the markets, you can't because the weather's so crap. And that is half time. We are in, and that was a load of shit. Liverpool really, really poor. Absolutely nothing to report from them. So, as it stands, league table at the moment. What it is, actually, just checking the news as well for any Manchester United updates as well, everybody. Barcelona battering Real Betis at the moment. Right, let's just have a quick check online to see what is going on. Did you see the results from earlier on? Ethan Ennis, who's on loan at Doncaster, has scored in the FA Cup for them with an absolute doozy. Fantastic goal for him. Good to see. The results from earlier on today up on your screen now. If you're just listening in, they finished. Bear with me a second. Let's go through them again. Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1. Are Arsenal bottling it already? That's another question that's been asked. It's got down to the crunch, and Arsenal, no wins in their last 3 away from home, and a late goal from Buendia today sealed the win for them. Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 0. More drop points from Maresca's side on the road. Cole Palmer back in the side today and did apparently not enough. Well, hardly anything. So that is 1 point from 6 available for Chelsea. Their title charge well and truly over before it even started. Everton, surprise winners today. Not because they've won, but beating Nottingham Forest by 3-0. That is a right result there for them. Same scoreline for Manchester City. They beat Sunderland 3-0. Newcastle beat Burnley 2-1. 10 men Burnley in the first half there. We're up against it all the time. Tottenham finally got a home win. They won 2-0 at against Brentford. And it's 0-0 here at Ellen Road. The other games, obviously 2 games tomorrow day. 2 o'clock kickoff between Brighton and West Ham United. That'll be an interesting one. I think Brighton should take that. And Fulham are at home to Crystal Palace. So, yeah, when you look at that, we said it earlier on, but if you are just joining us, going off the results as they are now, if they stay the same and Brighton don't win, well, Brighton can win against West Ham, but if Crystal Palace do not win at Fulham, which is a tough game, if they don't win at Fulham, Manchester United will go into the Wolves game once again with the opportunity to go 5th and in the Champions League places. Level on points with Chelsea, who are 4th. It is absolutely staggering how Manchester United are in this position. It really is. I just cannot believe we've been given another chance. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's just, I said it before, but if you wasn't watching, first opportunity to get into the top 4 was against a very, very poor Spurs side who cannot win. No, sorry, it was against Nottingham Forest, who, well, basically were struggling in the relegation zone. Failed at that. We got a draw. Spurs, who can't win at home, we drew with them. So then they passed us on to an easy, decent home game where we had to beat Everton, who we always beat at home. We had to beat them, and then we would go in the top 4. We lost against 10 men. So then it was a recovery against Crystal Palace to put ourselves back in the mix. And then they set us up against a gimme with West Ham, which we should have won and we didn't. we always beat West Ham. And now they've given us a team with the worst record in Premier League history, who haven't scored in the last 5 games, who have lost all of the last 5 games, who haven't won a game all season to get into the top 4. They couldn't have laid it any more on a plate. The amount of chances that Manchester United have had this season to make that jump, it is mind-blowing. It really is. Keep your comments coming in. Halftime comments, everybody. How you feeling? What you're looking at right now going into this weekend so far? Nearly everyone has played now. I think it's going to happen this weekend. Pirelli says, Adam, when our top Reds are going to question Ineos and you too, question them on what, mate? Question them on what? What have they done that is bad? What have they done which is... What have they done which is a... Well, let's just say has moved Manchester United backwards, because since Ineos took over, they've been the first owners to spend money on Manchester United. They have invested into the training ground, which everybody was talking about and needed doing. They've invested money into Old Trafford. They've invested money into the academy now as well, which is going to get a revamp in terms of their facilities also. They've brought in a football structure. They've brought people in who know what they're doing. They're willing to put money that's made by Manchester United straight back in to Manchester United in the squad. What are we questioning? I told you all along, if you haven't been watching the shows, that's fine. But my stance on Ineos is I will judge them after 3 years, see where the club is at, and then take it from there. That is where we're at right now. I absolutely can't stand Shoots. Love watching him today. Oh, Arsenal meltdowns. Arsenal Central today won it for meltdowns. My God. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy, wasn't it? And it's glorious to see. Ineos have saved us money so far and cut a load of dead weight out of the club. People getting paid a load and giving free meals for nothing is crazy. But there's no conversation to have. We'll judge where the team is at in 3 years. I think that's fair. That's how you've got to look at it. Honest Tiger with another gifted membership that's gone to Nico. Thank you very much, Honest Tiger. You absolute legend. Love that. Honestly, if this game doesn't spark into life, I'm just going to call it and turn it off. I'd rather go down and get my tea, to be honest. We'll see, won't we? Because it's going to be on Liverpool, I think, to try and turn this around and get something going. Yeah, bottle jobs. City will come strong now. City look good today against Sunderland. They look absolutely solid. Teams have been struggling against Sunderland, and City completely blew them out of the park today. And City have been struggling recently, conceding lots of goals. Clean sheet for them is massive. And I think that is a big moment in the season. City only 2 points behind Arsenal now. Arsenal could drop from top spot for the first time next weekend. In fact, let's have a quick look at the fixtures now. So, next weekend's fixtures in the Prem. Let's have a little bit of a look. Anything on Friday? New Saturday. So, Arsenal at home to Wolves. No. Arsenal will top of the league next weekend. Chelsea at home to Everton. Tough game for Chelsea, that, off the back of their poor form and Everton's revival. Ooh, Liverpool at home to Brighton. And that's a juicy one as well. Right, so 2-3 o'clock kickoffs. I mean, that is shit, honestly. I definitely won't be doing watch-alongs for the games next weekend. My God. Sunday, obviously, we've got Palace playing City. Tough game for City. City closing the gap. I think judgment will really come down on Manchester City, I think, after that one. Obviously, there is European football this week, isn't there, as well? I'm pretty certain there is. Forest Spurs, that's a tough one for Spurs. Sunderland versus Newcastle, obviously, the Timeway derby as well. That is going to be loud. West Ham at home to Villa. Can't see Villa losing that. I think Villa will beat West Ham. Brentford Leeds. Brentford will win that. And then on the Monday night, it's obviously Man United versus Bournemouth. Again, of course, because Man United are always on a bleeding Monday night. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy for Man City to take that top spot. Arsenal will beat Wolves because Wolves are shocking. And City might struggle, actually, against Crystal Palace away from home. Pirelli says, well, they waited too long on Erik Ten Hag. I agree. And I did have a go at him for that. He's waited too long to sack him, and Amorim is doing a terrible job, and yet Ineos don't have the balls. I think he's supposed to say balls there, in sacking him, and you say Ineos are doing a great job. Is that all you've got? Is that all you've got to come with, mate, to be honest? I didn't say Ineos are doing a great job either, so you lied there, mate. Sorry, I didn't say that. I said I judged them after 3 years, and you just said that I said they're doing a great job. No, we didn't say that. So I said, wait 3 years, mate, and then we'll see where we're at. We'll see what's happening. I said all eyes are on Ineos and Ruben Amorim. They need to make a call. They need to make a decision on him. So that, I think, is also very important to remember, and I will. Because if we don't win, like, look, at the end of the day, when you look at the league table, they will just say, well, we're in touching distance of making Europe, and that was the target this season. And I think every single Man United fan has said, look, let's get European football back. And if Ruben gets European football, because he keeps on getting results when it's necessary, and he keeps on getting results when the chips are down, then he's going to keep his job, isn't he? Unfortunately, for a lot of people. So Ineos are going to keep on backing him and keep on saying that he's the right man as long as he is in with a chance of making European football. I'm not saying that everything is great. Definitely didn't say that. And I think if we lose to Wolves, or if we don't beat Wolves on Monday night, I've said it all along. Ineos need to sack Ruben Amorim. Otherwise, judgment will come, mate. And I think that's fair. I do. You cannot lose. No, I keep saying lose. You cannot drop points to Wolves. I'm sorry, that is too much. I don't care if it's away from home. You have to beat Wolves, or you don't deserve to be in a job. Adam, we have no chance against Villa away. Even if we draw Monday, he has to go, doesn't he? I've said that all along, but I said it after the game on Monday, sorry, Thursday. I've said it all from then, every single day. Everybody's heard me. If he does not win, then he needs to be sacked. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. And honestly, I don't think there'll be any Man United fan complaining about it or say that it was the wrong decision. It just is what it is. Nico, thank you for the gifted membership. There's another one in the bag. That's 3 new members on the stream this evening. Thank you very much, mates. Billy says, Adam, what's ever happened about the talk of the takeover? I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard anything about it for weeks. Nothing has been said about the takeover, mate. To be honest, it's all quiet, and I think that's how it was always going to be. There was no one going to come in and make it quite public that they were trying to buy Manchester United. So if there is anything going on, then it will be quiet anyway, I think. And if there is something, if there isn't anything going on, what's going on? I temporarily unfollowed the channel. It takes me time when mods start doing that if it's uncalled for, says Jason. And what have the mods done, mate? Talk to us. It's a happy place here on Forever United TV. The mods would only do it if it was something bad. Otherwise, they get slap wrists. Adam, just admit we are just an average Premier League team. Unfortunately for us, there is no above average teams right now. So for me, there is no excuse for Amorim. He isn't good enough. So if we were in fourth, would you be all right with that? Would we be all right with that? I think that's what we've got to say. What is acceptable, I think, right now? Actually, what would you have said was acceptable at the start of the season? If you could fast forward to this point now, 15 games in, we've just played Wolves. What's acceptable? If we wait 3 years, then it will be 3 years without European football. We should be acting short-term to get long-term success. Football has changed, and with Amorim, we aren't making European football. No, I agree with you, mate. But it's not 3 years. It's next season, because they've already been in 2 years after this season. That's what I meant, mate. So in terms of Ineos and judging them, it will be after next season. We head into the summer. We need to be in European football. And that's the decision they've got to make. Can they, like we make our minds up here, I don't think Man United can make European football without investment in January. I don't. Even if we beat Wolves, you're not going to hear me on this channel here saying, that's it, we're back again and we're in the European places. I'll say that we're in the European places because we will be, and that's the facts. But I don't think we can continue. The games that are coming up, we won't beat Villa, we won't beat Newcastle, and I think we should be winning both the Wolves game, and we might get a draw against Bournemouth. Someone asked me the question earlier on, the next 5 games, how many points will Manchester United get? And that is 7 for me. 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats. That's what I see coming. And that will leave us mid-table again. And that's us leading into the January transfer window, and it's a no. It is a no for me. Actually, do you know what, everybody? You know what? I'm going to go and get my tea. I'm going to wrap things up there. And I'm not doing it because I'm just fed up with yous lot. I'm just going to do it because, you know what? I don't see much happening in this game at all. And I'm going to go and enjoy my Saturday evening. We've covered the news, and we've got everything covered here on Manchester United and everything that's going on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wrap things up there. If you all don't mind, I think we're all happy to go and chill out and watch this game on our own. I think we've had a good old 2-hour stream there. Good chat, everyone. So thank you again, everyone. Absolutely loved that. And I love chatting in general and just chilled out chats as well as doing all the news and everything else. I will separate the video and make sure that everyone can see the news and everything that's happened with Manchester United. I'll separate that so you can catch up with that. But for now, everyone, I think that will do us, you know. There's no need in carrying it on. I think we can all just go and have our night. And for me, I will see you all first thing in the morning. And let's see what happens building up to Monday night. Again, the weekends just drag on, don't they? They really do. The weekends just drag on when we play on a Monday night. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there. And there's only so much of a 0-0 draw with no shots on target that we can watch between Liverpool and leading Leeds anyway. But cheers for watching, everybody. I love you all. Don't forget to hit that link in the live chat, please, everybody. Get involved in our prediction game ahead of the Wolves game. More on that as we go through the weekend as well. Have a good one, everybody. And I will see you all in the morning. And yeah, that is it. Cheers. Like and subscribe to Forever United TV. See you all later, everybody.